Hello students. So we are going to continue with our second chapter, that is forms of business organization. In this chapter basically we have to focus in the different forms of the business organization. As we have already discussed about the sole proprietorship, Hindu undivided family business, and partnership business. Okay, and you have to revise your partnership business because in the 12th standard, in under the accountancy we have a separate partnership account, and all the contents of partnership whatever we have discussed in our previous lectures, it will help you a lot in 12th standard. So today we are going to discuss the very important form of the business organization, that is called cooperative society. Okay, so we have to find out the meaning of cooperative society. So first, society it means a place where some peoples lives together, that is called society. Cooperative it means mutual help. When some person of the society work for the mutual help, that is called cooperative society according to the words. So let's discuss the meaning part. The word cooperative means working together, as we have discussed, and with others for a common purpose. Common purpose, it means the welfare of their members. The cooperative society is a voluntary association. It means we can't force anyone to join that association. Pupils willingly come to join that association, who join together with the motive of welfare of the members. So this organization works for the welfare of their associated members only. Okay, the cooperative society is compulsory required to be registered under the Cooperative Society Act 1912. So once when you will form such a kind of cooperative society, it should be registered according to Cooperative Societies Act 1912. The process of setting up of a cooperative society is simple enough, and at the most what is required is the consent of at least 10 adult person to form a society. So the formation of cooperative society, that is very easy. If 10 adult pupils are there and they are ready to start such a type of business organization, so then they can start it. The capital of a society is raised from its members. The very important thing, just to start any sort of the business organization, we will require capital. So the member of that cooperative society can take initiative and they can invest their own capital together. Okay, and so there is not a big difference, because in the partnership we also need investment and the agreement, but in the cooperative society it's a quite different from others. Okay, because it should be registered according to the Cooperative Society Act. So once when you will register your organization according to this act, your organization will come under the surveillance of government. So government used to took lot of interfere in such a form of the business organizations. Okay, the society acquires a distinct legal identity after it's registered. Once when you will register your organizations, it will have separate legal entity. It means the identity of its members and the identity of such a form of the business organization will be completely different. Okay, so it was about the cooperative society, it was the meaning part and all. So let's discuss the features of cooperative society. The main features of cooperative society, that is voluntary membership. As we have seen, we can't force anyone to join this form of the business organization. Pupils come together, it's totally optional. Okay, the next one, legal status. Such a form of the business organization have legal status. Such a form of the business organization can file complaints against any supplier or anyone, and anyone can file complaints against such a form of the business organization. Okay, and limited liabilities. The liabilities of their members are very limited up to the capital invested by them only. Okay, so this is one of the very important features. Next one, control. In a cooperative society, the power is taken decision lies in the hand of elected members or the managing committee. In such a form of the business organization, there is a board of directors who basically take all the important decisions, okay? And business are controlled and managed by them only. So there is less government interfere. And service motive, basically the main motive of such a form of the business organization is not to earn money. Basically they work for the mutual welfares, they work for their concerned members only. So their main motive is providing services, okay? Just we can take a kind of example to understand cooperatives society very well. Just like we 10 pupils are there, 10 or more than 10 pupils are there, and we want to work for mutual welfare, and we decided that whatever household expenses we do uh, in our family, that we will minimize. How we can minimize? Once we can purchase goods in bulk, okay? We are not going to purchase from the retailers, we will purchase goods from in bulk from the manufacturers directly for the 10 or 20 families, okay? So definitely the cost will reduce. So by this way we can do our own welfare. So next we have merits of cooperative society. First, in the cooperative society, each member have the equal voting right. If the members are ready to take any kind of the decision and any dispute is there, then all the things they can solve with the votings, okay? And limited liabilities, as we have already seen, the liabilities of the members in cooperative society, that is very limited. And stable existence, so the death of the bankruptcy or anything with the members do not affect the continuity of the cooperative society. This is the very important merit of this form of the business organization, that is very economy in operation. Because most probably all the pupils belongs to the middle class family, they work for their mutual help. So the operating cost of this business organizations are very less, because pupils do not take advantages, unnecessary advantages. Support from government, and sometimes governments also provide grants or help, tax deductions or the subsidy, okay? And low rates of the interest for them. So this is one of the very important merits. And ace of formation, easily, as we have already seen, if 10 members are there and they are ready, they are willingly want to start such a form of the business organization, then easily they can start. And this form of the business organization requires very less legal formalities. Then along with the some merits, we have limitations too. So most probably all the pupils belongs to the middle class family, or the number of pupils are very less, just only 10, minimum 10 or maximum maybe more than that. So if limited pupils are there, then definitely they will invest very limited capital, and in that limited capital they have to operate such a form of the business organization. And inefficiency in the management, for running of any business organizations we required efficient management. So it may be possible कि जितने members उस फॉर्म में हैं, उस फॉर्म ऑफ बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में हैं, if they are not able to manage any business organization, so that business organization will suffer lot, okay? Because for running any business we sometimes we hire expert managers or the employees, okay? Lack of secrecy, as when more than 10 or 20 pupils works together, so there may be the chance of leak of the business secrets, okay? Because pupils belong to the different class, different family, different requirements, okay? So there may be the chance of leakage of business secrets. Sometimes if government funded such a form of the business organizations, so government can interfere, okay? So government can ask about the accounts, about the audit reports and all. So there is a government interfere. And difference in opinion, so definitely, as we have discussed, in the cooperative society pupils from different backgrounds comes together for the common goals. So there may be the dispute in between the members, or there may be the differences in their opinions. Okay, so after the meaning, after the merits or the demerits, we have to discuss over the different types of the cooperative society. Basically we have 6 different types of the cooperative society. First is consumers cooperative society, producers cooperative societies, marketing cooperative societies, farmers cooperative societies, credit cooperative societies, and cooperative housing societies. These are the example of different types of the cooperative society. Let's discuss each and every types of the cooperative society. First we have consumers cooperative societies. So as name is given here, consumers cooperative society. Cooperative society, that is a form of organization which work for their concerned members only. If we have a organization, such a type of the organization which has been framed by the consumers, okay, and all these consumers work for their mutual benefits, so it will be considered as consumers cooperative society. Okay, basically it work for the consumers productions only. Okay, so let's discuss the meaning part. The consumer cooperative societies are formed टू प्रोटेक्ट द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ कंज्यूमर्स, कि कंज्यूमर्स के साथ में कोई चीटिंग नहीं होना चाहिए, मिसलीड नहीं होना चाहिए, मिसगाइड नहीं होना चाहिए, है ना, उसको कोई मेंटल या इकोनॉमिकल लॉस नहीं होना चाहिए। तो कंज्यूमर्स को प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए इस टाइप का एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हम लोग फ्रेम करते हैं, जिसको हम लोग कंज्यूमर्स कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी बोलते हैं। और बेसिकली इन अवर कंट्री इस टाइप की जो सोसाइटीज़ होती हैं वो बहुत कम मिलती हैं। फॉरेन कंट्रीज़ में इस टाइप की बहुत सारी सोसाइटीज़ होती हैं। इसका ये होता है कि अगर कंज्यूमर्स को कोई सेलर ने कोई गलत चीज़ सेल किया है, तो हमारे कंट्री में क्या होता है, वो कंज्यूमर परचेज़ करता है, उसको लॉस होता है और बेचारा फिर कुछ नहीं कर पाता है। बट इन द फॉरेन कंट्रीज़ अगर एक कंज्यूमर्स को लॉस होता है तो उसके लिए इस टाइप का पूरा एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होता है, वो सिंगल कंज्यूमर्स के अगेंस्ट में खड़ा होकर के केस फाइल करता है और फाइट करता है। सो इन इंडिया वी आर गोइंग टू बी अवेयर. So we in big cities we have such a type of the consumers cooperative society which work for their mutual benefits only. The next we have producers cooperative society. Producers cooperative society, as we have consumers cooperative society, so similarly we have producers cooperative society. They work for their mutual benefits. Okay, so basically the producers cooperative society, this society set up to protect the interest of small producers. ओके जो छोटे छोटे प्रोड्यूसर्स होते हैं उनके वेलफेयर्स के लिए ये काम करती है, उनको रॉ मटेरियल्स प्रोवाइड करना, उनको मशीनरीज प्रोवाइड करना, उनके रेडी गुड्स को मार्केट प्रोवाइड करना. दीज आर द बेसिक एक्टिविटीज़ ऑफ द प्रोड्यूसर्स कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी. Then after we have marketing cooperative society. As the word clearly state marketing it means introducing any product into the market as well as make it popular in the market. So we have marketing cooperative society. If we are producers, then definitely we need to introduce our product in the market. We need to increase the demand of the product in the market. So that we can do with the help of marketing cooperative societies. Okay, so then after we have farmers cooperative society. Similarly, farmers in India, farmers have their own cooperative society in which the members of farmers cooperative society works for their members. Okay, this society provide agricultural tools, seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, and just after the growing of crops and all, this organization provide proper platform or the market where farmers can sell their products. Okay, the main focus of this society is to increase the productivity in the farming. Then after we have next credit cooperative society. So credit, it means financial assistance. This type of the society, this type of the business organization basically provide financial assistance और the financial help to their concerned members. उसके जो concerned members होते हैं उसको ये financial assistance provide करता है. As you have seen in the small villages, they have micro finance companies जिसमें कुछ ladies या कुछ लोगों का ग्रुप होता है. They works together, they collect money together and they start any form of the business organization or they do help. Okay, so that is credit cooperative society. The next we have cooperative housing society. Basically this society, this association provide the housing facilities to their concerned members, and most probably you have heard about the housing board colonies. So housing board colonies are the examples of cooperative housing societies. This society provide housing facilities to their concerned members at very cheap rate. Okay, this is the basically facility provided by such a form of the business organization. They provide credit facility, they provide installment facilities. Okay, they also assist in the construction of the buildings and all. Okay, so it was cooperative housing society. So here in this lecture we have discussed about the cooperative society, their characteristics, their merits, their demerits, and we have always discussed about the different forms of the different types of the cooperative society. So in the next lectures we will discuss about the companies. Okay.